That's a big cat. Well, this is unexpected video production from the original Dr. Bieber Ranch, and I'm going to make it as short as I can. I am reacting to a recent plane crash up in South Dakota. Um, and we want to talk to pilots out there who set this up. Who make bad choices. This is like a perfectly good airplane, and 9 people dead, 3 injured. So I'm going to tell you a story about the mountain wave in inclement weather flying conditions. This pilot had no business taking off right there, right then. I don't care how fancy your airplane is. Air is like surf. It's like water. And there are things that you just gotta have to realize. Another classic example is Steve Fawcett, the award-winning guy who ended up smacking himself up on a ridge there in the Sierra Nevadas. Talk about the mountain wave. The mountain wave, you have to think about the atmosphere, the air, as a form of water. It is a fluid. There's not much difference between undersea and in the air except for density. And so I think about Buddy Holly with this. Now, there are just some times that you don't want to go flying. Well, this particular time that I was flying, it was a beautiful day in Yerington, Nevada. And spent some time with my best friends down there, and gonna go fly back home to Winnemucca. Nothing unusual at all, except that there was some high level clouds, some haze. And so I took off, flew north. Everything was great. The air was warm. I was climbing 11,500 feet, which is a comfortable altitude around there, since most mountains are usually like 10,000 feet or less. And I was, flying around the Naval Air Station down there in Fallon when I had to turn to the east, and that's when it started to happen. There was a forest fire over in Truckee, California. It was burning a whole lot of acres, and you could see the flames along the mountains when you're at 11,500 feet. And I did not appreciate the fact that all that air was being pushed over that ridge there, and what was coming over was cold air, and it was mixing with the warm air, and we had what is called a mountain wave. Now, I was flying a Cessna 210, pretty good aircraft, and when I made my turn to the east, I was flying up the valley where the interstate was. Not a bad idea sometimes, if you think about it. Anyway, it was getting dark, and Actually, it was dark. All of a sudden, I could not slow down. I changed the throttle, I changed the pitch, and I could not slow down. I was gaining airspeed and started to descend rather rapidly. I could not extend landing gear because I was going too fast. I could not put the flaps down because I was going too fast. And I exceeded the limits of that aircraft. It's called the VNE, the velocity never exceed. I was doing 250 knots and going down at about 1,000 feet a minute. Really didn't have anything else I could do. So, as it turned out, the fact that I had enough altitude, man, I tried to put that thing in a stall, you won't believe, but I just figured the wings were going to fall off any minute because you don't go that fast in one of those airplanes, and especially headed down at that rate of descent. So somewhere around 3,000 feet, and on both sides there's mountains that are 9,000 feet. I got it slowed down and back under control, only because of the air temperature differences. And when I got slammed by that mountain wave, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And if you don't know what you're going to get yourself into when you're flying an airplane, don't get yourself into it. Think ahead. It was unexpected. Could end up a whole lot worse. But something about old pilots and bold pilots, they don't go together. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that story. And don't forget to stay tuned.